What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's your boy West Coast. We live in the building, man. Here to bring you guys your nightly dose of cowboy content, man. I know you've heard it everywhere that you can imagine out there. Now it's to hear it. Now it's time to hear it my way. You know what I'm saying? What Usher say? She likes it my way, my way. And I'm saying, my way. Somebody trying to talk to me, boy. Nobody know them damn words. You feel me? So, yo, man, it's your boy West Coast. If you haven't already, you guys already know whenever you watch on my show. I don't know about all these other jokesters out here, as my grandpa would say, these jokesters. You know what I'm saying? But if about these other guys, but on my show, you must hit that share button, hit that star button. And guess what? If I'm up late night creeping, you know I'm gonna have Henny the Moor from HTM Sports on the bit on here. So what's up with you, Henny?
Man, staying cool, calm, collective. This fine Victory Monday, man. What's cracking with you?
Shoot, man, I'm jiggy, man. I'm ready to get. I mean, it's been a good victory Monday. Like my phone. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I'm one of them dudes that likes the drama. You know what I'm saying? The drama. You know what I'm saying? You remember TNT where they be like the drama. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
drama, you know what I'm saying? So it's like after a win, it just be so damn quiet in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man, ain't no haters, ain't no little shit eating Eagle fans, no buzzing around your head or nothing.
Eagles fan, they goddamn Eagles barely won by a point. They like, you know what? Maybe we should lead the Cowboys and mind your own business. Yeah, how about that? Eagles like, yeah, it's getting kind of real over here. So let's go ahead and kind of mind our business over here, pay attention to what we're doing over here, and maybe we can figure this thing out. Yeah, feel me? You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, you guys already know we've been playing around for a little bit. Let's get to the business. Let's get to the business at hand. You guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there is two things you guys must do. First thing you guys must do is you must say what's up to my your boy West Coast, like my boy Cowboys fan 95. Let me give him some love and little baby. But yo, you must hit that share button. So I need every single person that can hear my content right now here, that can hear Henny Demore. I need you guys to hit that share button right now. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. If you're on YouTube, there's a little thumbs up button right there. The thumbs up. If you believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl, I need you to hit that thumbs up button right now. Right now, we got 6 people that believe it. We got 7 people that can believe it. That's not the thumbs up button. That's a if you believe the Dallas Cowboys can win the Super Bowl button. So hit that button. Hit the button. I got 8 people that believe. 8 people that believe. Let's go. What's up, Corey to the max? Did you hit the button? Tommy, what's up, Tommy Montoya? Appreciate you, my boy. Corey to the max. What's up with you, little baby? And Cowboy fan 95. You guys know on YouTube, I can only say what's up to the folks that say what's up to me. So if you want to say what's up to West Coast, make sure you drop it in that comment box so I can know that you're watching, so I can show you some love. You feel me? But yo, man, let me see if I can get Facebook up real quick because Facebook is not showing me right now. Oh, let me turn it down. Let me turn it down. Let me turn it down. So yo, Shag, what up, Shag? Hey, them boys dropping them stars over there too. Let me hear one of that glory hole. All right, Shag, here you go.
I want me some glory hole.
Then I got my boy Booba. Buddha. What's up, my boy Buddha Jones?
I want me some glory hole.
Then I got my boy Jacob LaFernie. What's up, boy? He got one of them lowercase uppercase like Mike McCarthy. What's up with you, Michael Lavelle, Terry J. Rod Miller? Terry J. Rod Miller says fly Eagles fly. Okay, we could do that. Hey, listen to me. Be on your best behavior and you'll make it through the whole show. If you ain't on your best behavior, your ass gonna get kicked out the show. It's kind of simple. Ain't got too many words. Anthony Orr, what's up with you, Anthony Orr? Appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, if you guys have not already, make sure you guys hit that share button and make sure you guys hit that store button. What's up with you, Miss Cortez? She says, "Hola, West Coast and Henny."
Hola.
Mike says, when is Tyron Smith coming back? I don't even know. I have no clue. Maybe
They
next
say
week.
so, they say
Go ahead.
sometime in December. So like it might be early. What the way they getting it, they got those reps in for Tyler Smith and guard. It might be early December. But the timeline always been December, so we'll see if that actually holds up. But they say he's doing good. They say he's rehabbing and he's on schedule.
Hey, I got an OG, triple OG, triple OG. Not because he old as hell, but because this dude's been watching me long enough for me to call him that. That's my boy Curtis Harris. What's up, boy? Appreciate you, my boy, for sliding in. That dude's been watching me for at least 4 years.
Big
John
trip.
Bruce, what's up with you? Brandon Mundane. Mark Martinez, what's up with you? Appreciate you for asking a question already. Jitterbugging up in there, asking questions, getting the comment box cracking. Jason Horn, what's up with your boy? Hey, Jason, what is that you always put in the comment box? It's an apostrophe and then notify. What is that? What does that mean? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Terry, what I said is if you on your best behavior, I will keep you in the comment box. But if you not on your best behavior, like if you keep on putting like fly eagles fly over and over and over, I'm not tripping on that. You want to know why? Because the way Facebook works, I need people to put a bunch of comments. So I don't really trip on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Represent your team, I'm not tripping. Everybody gonna get mad at me when I say this, but represent your team, I'm not tripping. Just be respectful for it. Don't try to be an antagonist and you can stay. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go to slide on YouTube. I got Ebit on it. Hey, it say we got somebody over there on Henny the Moor watching HTM. Who's that very special person watching on HTM Sports right now?
Sure, I can't tell. Ain't nobody coming.
They ain't tell. Hey, if you're watching on HTM, you're the most important person watching that show right now, man. I need you to hit that. I need you to hit that share button or say hi to Henny so we can say hi to you back. If you hear me. Also, we got 21 people who have hit the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl button on YouTube. That's the up button right here. Remember, that is not the thumbs up button no more. That is the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl button. So if you believe it on YouTube, I need you to hit that button. We got 10 people that believe. You got 10 people that can believe over there. So, yo, man, let's go ahead and slide into this content, man. Listen,
Let's talk about it.
this is about to be a burning turn of the god dang game that we just had. You want to know why? Because he says you said that for 3 years, run the damn ball. You was right. That bait in the game. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you. Elijah with the super chat, $3 holla. Let me give him a little something real quick. Let me give him a little. This is for you, my boy. A little glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Little glory hole for you, Elijah Robinson. Appreciate you. So let's class. Hey, appreciate you, Miss Cortez. She said she says I shared like a mofo. Appreciate you, Auntie. All right, let me give you a little glory over that.
I want me some glory hole.
So, yo, let's go ahead and do a power slide through this game real quick. And then guess what? As of tomorrow, we can no longer legally talk about it. I'm going to just tell y'all this right now. Don't you love it when your team beats a team by 37 points and you can only talk about it for a day? I'm going to tell you this right now is because if you lose to the Giants on Thanksgiving, that's just going to feel horrible, bruh.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Exactly. So we're going to talk about this game for the rest of the day right now, tonight. And then we're going to push, man, to them Giants because the Giants have a record that is respectable and that's something you need to pay attention to. So let's go, Henny. Let's jump right into it. So Cowboys, hey, man, let's talk about the first. I think the most obvious thing that came out of this game was Tony Pollard, man. Like,
Yeah, Tony Pollard is playing his way right out of Dallas because,
what do you mean by when you say that? Tell me what you mean when you say that, though.
like, Tony Pollard is a free agent at the end of the year, and he's probably going to be like the number one offensive weapon available. Because like the man has gone over 100 scrimmage yards the last like 3 or 4 games. Like he's been explosive. Right now, Tony Pollard leads our team in rushing yards. He leads our team in total touchdowns with 8. He has 6 rushing and 2 receiving, and then he also leads our team in explosive plays. So like Tony Pollard has become like a significant amount of our offense this year. So and like teams around the league are taking notice. He already is close to 1,000 yards for scrimmage on the year with 7 games to go.
So what are you saying? We need to. I feel like you're saying we need to enjoy Tony Pollard while we got him.
Yeah, not enjoy. We need to use Tony Pollard while we got him. Like Tony Pollard, does not need to be a game where Tony Pollard does not have 20 touches going forward because odds are that the Dallas Cowboys will not be able to re-sign him. Because remember, next year you're probably gonna have to re-sign Trayvon Diggs because he does not have a fifth year option, and he's trending to be an All Pro again this year. There is no way that a two-time consecutive All Pro corner is going to play on a 1 year deal and risk injury for getting a payday.
And
Like you
it
could call
makes
it.
no sense. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Trevon Diggs does, and did you ever get that number? How much money is that 1 year deal? If how much money is Trevon Diggs set to make this coming up? Not if for this fourth year on this deal. What is he set to make on this deal? Because if I mean you're absolutely right, man. That's just something we've talked about very very tons of time. If you're Trevon Diggs, it benefits. If you're a Trevon Diggs agent, your job is to protect your asset of your client. You know what I'm saying? And what is your client's? What is his greatest asset? His asset is availability. And guess what? There is no advantage for your player that you're representing to play on a 1 year deal worth. And we're about to get you the number in about 2 seconds here too. But yeah, it just doesn't make any
So, dog,
sense.
listen to this. His rookie deal was only $6 million. So in 2023, he's going to be playing on a base salary of $1.4 million and with a $539,000 signing bonus. So his cap is going to be like 2 million, but they spread that signing. He got all that signing at one time and just spread across. So really, his contract is $1.4 million next year. So do you really think Trayvon Diggs, because he's probably going to be an All Pro again this year, do you really think he's going to risk getting the big bag, close to $100 million, to play on a 1 year deal for one point
Well, I
four
mean,
million
who's the
dollars?
highest paid corner in football right now?
Ooh, let's take a look.
I'm curious. Who is the highest paid corner in football right now?
They say Jari Alexander is the highest paid cornerback. Let's take a
And how
look.
much he make?
Pulling it up right now, Kenfold. Let's see.
Because I would think that Trevon Diggs is going to make between the top one or two or three corners in football.
All right, he signed a 4 year, $84 million contract. All right, damn. So 4 years. Yeah, because he's number one. His deal was 4 years, 84 million. J.C. Jackson's was 5 year, 82 million. Marshawn Lattimore was 5 years, 97. But that still breaks down to a lower per year than what they gave Gerard.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so like he gonna get anywhere between 84 and $90 million.
So that puts him at about what?
It depends on how they do the year. He's gonna be at least a 23, 24, $25 million a year quarterback.
And if you are that type of guy who is looking for that type of bag, there is no way you risk that for $1 million. So yeah, the
No,
Cowboys will for
because
sure.
think about
Be,
it. Zeke did a similar thing because like he knew because of the shelf life of his position, he was gonna have to hold out to get the money he deserved. So like these players be knowing. These players know what's up. And like especially he plays with a guy who seriously injured himself before a contract year in Dak Prescott. So he knows the dangers of that stuff. Like he saw Dak Prescott's leg snap while he was trying to play for a contract.
Facts.
You don't think that those kind of things stay in their mind? And I know it stays in the players' minds because they asked CD Lamb when they asked CD Lamb about Dak Prescott running, like he was generally
CeeDee
concerned
Lamb
about.
said he wasn't with it.
Yeah, he was seriously concerned about him because that kind of stuff sticks with you, man. You see a grown man leg snapping too in front of you, you gotta get caught off the field crying. Like that stuff sticks with you when you're a young player, going through the negotiations, going through because that man they saw how they handled that, doing that when he trying to play for his money. Because even after he snapped his leg, he still had to fight them folks in the media to get his bag.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's like, I mean, I think we can kind of understand that. I think we kind of understand it. And then it's like, you got to see it like this, like the Cowboys. I don't think they just want to walk away from Tony Pollard. I think they want to feel like they have a fighting chance. So it's like, why would you give basically, in essence, Tony Pollard's money to Odell Beckham Jr.? Like
But
that's what you would basically be doing. And Tony Pollard's a way more reliable guy. Tony Pollard's, I mean, as far as reliability, his reliability. And I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy about Tony Pollard. He's still a fifth year wide receiver, damn near.
yeah,
Dude's been in the league damn near 5 years. He's been in the league 4 years now. So when he gets signed, he will be going into his 5th year in the league. Like to typically, if it wasn't, and that's why I was so big on the Cowboys not just using him as a running back because it's like, bro, if you were gonna only even use him as a running back, he's not gonna get paid. Like he ain't gonna be a happy. He gonna be a happy for Dallas Cowboy. But one thing I like about the Cowboys is, man, is not even just the Cowboys or what they did in this game is they allowed us to see his versatility. You know what I'm saying? And the versatility is this, what West Coast has been saying this whole time. Get him in space. Get him in space. Part of the reason why I love Tony Pollard and why I've always said that he could be better than Debo is because he is better than Debo when Debo gets the ball in his hand. Now, I will say this. Debo showed some stuff tonight in Mexico. Or no, he was in Germany, right? He was in Germany. But think
Who?
about this. Debo is a dude that's making 20-something million dollars. Tony
Pollard,
Pollard's making a
yeah,
million.
that was Mexico. That was Mexico City.
Yeah, they was in Mexico. Okay. Like my guy makes $1 million. Your guy makes $20 million a year. And Tony Pollard's already doing things like this. Debo's great. His best season was what? Last year he had what, 1,800 yards?
He had 1,770 yards from scrimmage. He had 1,405 yards receiving, and he had 385 yards rushing, and he had 14 total touchdowns. He had 6 receiving, 8 rushing. He might have threw for one or two. I didn't actually
And
look.
what is Tony Pollard on pace to hit right now?
Well, Tony Pollard is already at 900 and something yards, and he already has 8 total
Mm,
touchdowns. So he may not hit the 1,770 yard mark, but he'll get damn close to it. Because there's seven
mm.
games left in the season. Tony Pollard is probably gonna get 20 touches a game going forward, like he did yesterday. He'll probably get 15 carries and a couple catches. So like he'll be on pace for that. He'll probably have like 1,500 yards from scrimmage on a low end.
And think about this. That's 5 games with a backup quarterback too. Pretty impressive, right?
Wait,
But
Allen, you can't trade a free agent because you see he's
why
talking
would
about
it?
he'll trade Tony for draft picks. You had to trade Tony already. Tony would already have to been off the roster. Tony Pollard is an unrestricted free agent after this year. You cannot trade him. It's over with. He's going to walk out the door for free if you don't re-sign him.
Yeah, your time to trade Tony Pollard would have been this past. Why you can only trade players that are under contract. As of
He's not under
March
contract next year.
as of March 12th, Tony Pollard will no longer be a Dallas Cowboy, regardless of what happens. And
Yeah,
they're gonna have to sign him or re-sign him. But as of March 12th of next year, he will not be a Dallas Cowboy because that's when his contract expires.
yeah. So Allen, he's going to be a free agent. No
So
Dallas.
and that's
No,
regardless.
no,
And look,
Allen, we do want him because look at your offense and look how much of the offense that Tony Pollard accounts for. If you let Tony Pollard walk, you will have to replace your leading rusher. You have to replace the guy that leads your team in touchdowns, and you have to replace the guy that leads your team in explosive plays. That is usually three different guys. Tony Pollard does all that. So like we're not just sitting here. We're not going to just sit here and say we don't want a guy that's been that damn good for your team. So like no, we do want him, but like we may not be able to keep him. Let's be real about it.
yeah, and I'm gonna
Let's
tell
be
you this
alive.
right now. Like I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Tony Pollard is gonna get like I don't think it's going to be a ridiculous bag, but he's going to get a bag that he would typically get in Dallas because he's going to be the biggest name as far as an offensive player that's going to be available next year. You guys got to remember the market is also based on it's like the market for players is also based on like the market for a house. Like if you're in a neighborhood and all the houses are cheap and they busted up and you got this $1 million mansion, guess what? Your price value going to come down just a little bit. But see, the difference is everybody that does what Tony Pollard is doing, and honestly, I don't even think he's going to get a contract like a Debo Samuel because Debo just has a name like a Debo Samuel. Like he has that name, and Debo Samuel is also an all-pro. But even if he doesn't get a Debo Samuels deal, even if he gets a little less than Debo, that is still way more than I know the Cowboys are going to pay. Because you got to think of it like this. The Dallas Cowboys are still calling him a what?
Running back.
Running back. And that's how I know, bro. That's how I know. See, that's why I love my cousin. Other than the fact that we related and we blood, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta kind of love each other. Our big mamas would be mad at us. But you know what I'm saying? I love the way he think because we both think the same way. You know what I'm saying? So you let him know why you think that way.
Yeah, man. Because look, receiver money and running back money is entirely different thing.
Oh,
Y'all
they
be
are?
sitting a completely different thing. Because look, y'all sitting here talking about Ezekiel Elliott money. Ezekiel Elliott don't even really make receiver money. We get down to it.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Ezekiel Elliott, if Ezekiel Elliott, I think he is the top, is McCaffrey the top running back, paid running back in football right now?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know Zeke is probably like two. But think about this in wide receiver, like bro, there's a receiver in I know a receiver right now, bro, who, if I'm not mistaken, does not even have 3 touchdowns on the season and doesn't have 300 yards, who's making $20 million right now, who makes more money than Ezekiel Elliott right now.
Yeah, you talk about Kenny Galladay. I don't think he has any touchdowns on the season. I could be mistaken.
That's where
I don't
Odell
know.
Beckham's going to end up going,
It really
and they'll pay
depends.
him too. Because if you were dumb enough to give Kenny Galladay $20 million, I know for a fact that you'll pay Odell Beckham.
It depends if he wants to go there. Like it's on his list, but like they got so many receivers that tore their ACLs on their home field. Like that might be the one thing that keeps him from re-signing there, because like he has multiple ACL tears, and they have multiple receivers that tore their ACLs on their home field because their field is trash.
The only thing that doesn't benefit him with Giants is that he specifically said that he don't want to play nowhere where it's cold. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's weird. But not even trying to make this about Odell Beckham, but I see it like this. Do I see the Dallas Cowboys trying to make a run to sign Tony Pollard? Yes. Do I see them getting it done? No. Cedric Wilson is an example of that. Because you're gonna love Tony. The Cowboys are gonna love Tony Pollard, but there's gonna be some team out there that's gonna love him a little bit more to be like, you know what, we'll give him the extra.
Hmm.
Because guess what? They don't have a Zeke on their roster. They don't have a Malik Davis on their roster. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, they're not gonna give a damn about the pass blocking. You wanna know why? Because they're gonna be smart enough to not throw the ball 40 times a game.
Or in passing situations, like hell, they gonna have him out there at probably in the slot, like we should have been
And
doing
you know
since
what's
we.
crazy, bro? He's gonna really probably go to some team and really get used the way Debo Samuel's getting used. Because you know what some team's gonna say, Henny? Look, bruh, we paid so much goddamn money for you. You for sure catching balls, you're punting balls, you're kicking balls. Hey, I heard you kick field goals in high school. You did? Okay, you gonna be my third field goal kicker too. Like the Cowboys are the only team that pays somebody and then doesn't get the full use out of a person.
I know,
Like a,
right? They
like
waited
Amari
till
Cooper, bro. Like Amari Cooper should have been complaining about getting too many footballs, bro. Think about this. T.O. came to Dallas, and what was his big thing? Throw me the ball.
Mhm. Crazy, right? You
Wow,
crazy.
did I really just find a way to bring T.O. up in this?
You did, but like it's the truth. It's the truth. It's something with the franchise. They love doing that stuff. But hey, they waited until Tony Pollard's contract year to display what he can do. Like this would be a different thing if he was still under contract going into next year. Then you could, you got another year on his deal. You could put the money down the line, this and that, negotiate. Like dog, like he is gonna walk out the door at any given moment.
Listen, Henny, any team that has a running back that's kind of like Tony Pollard is salivating at the mouth right now. Because you know what they're saying? I already have a guy that's like him, but he just doesn't do that. So
Mm.
like the Miami Dolphins, that's the team I think he's gonna go to, bro. Like I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like their offense, like bro, there is no pass blocking in that offense. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying? None. He's gonna throw in the ball, and I'm gonna tell you this right now: they have weapons. Like he's gonna go to a team that's gonna view him as a weapon, not as a running back. And that's why I said two players of the Dallas Cowboys are literally trying to hide are Tony Pollard and Micah Parsons, and they're trying to hire them by putting them in the wrong category. Listen to me, Micah Parsons legally has not played enough snaps this year to be considered a linebacker legally. Like, and I'm gonna tell
right.
you this right now. I promise you, he doesn't get any votes as a linebacker, bruh. Because there's not gonna be enough snaps. I think the most he's played at a linebacker was the Green Bay Packer game, and that was 47. And he only played like 12 snaps at linebacker this past game.
Right. And like Michael Parsons is a linebacker in name only and designation. But well, the crazy thing about it, when it's time to pay him, they're going to beat the table, try to say he's a linebacker.
Yeah, they're gonna do the
Because
exact, bro. That's what I
the
said. They're gonna
linebacker
do the
makes so
exact
much
same thing,
less money than pass rushers.
bro. They're gonna do the exact same thing that I just said. They're gonna try to do with Tony Pollard, bro. Where they literally have you in a position. Because what they're gonna try to do is they're gonna try to pay you like your position. Because think about this, even if the Cowboys, like, even if, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, if you only gotta pay Tony Pollard for his running back skills, then what are you paying him for? How much are you paying him? How much you got in running back? As a running back, he'll at best he might be 1,000 yards this year. That's not enough. Zeke had multiple years of 1,000 yards.
And they didn't want to pay him at
And
all.
they didn't want and Henny, that's what I'm really saying. That's why I don't see I know you was, and my cousin called me and he said, "Man, my goddamn it, we gonna have to have a goddamn conversation about this Tony Pollard." I said, "Damn, nigga." Lord forgive me for talking about that. I didn't mean to say that.
Nah, for real though, because
Hey,
like,
my bad. That slipped out.
but it's really what it really echo to what
Hey,
you were
but Henny,
saying.
clean it up for me, bro. Clean it up, man. They got me looking crazy out here. Tell me I didn't say that. Tell me you didn't call me and say that to me. Clean it up for me, Henny.
Yeah, man. I called you and said we had to have a conversation about Tony Pollard, man,
And I
because
thought he was serious. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I thought Henny was about to tell me Tony just got caught in the club doing something he wasn't supposed to, man. What scared the hell out of me, man. Don't do that to me, Henny. Appreciate you, man.
yeah, for real, dog. Because I had to call, man, because like I was really thinking about it. Like this dude is like really like almost a half of our offense so far this year. He's like half of our offense, and like he's really finna walk out the door, and we do not have a backup plan for it because like we don't have another Tony Pollard on the team because like. We got somebody with similar speed, but Turpin's too small to do the thing that Tony Pollard does. Because Tony Pollard, while he doesn't excel at it, he can still run between the tackles.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I also feel like Tony Pollard is purposely trying to show you guys he can do that too. Because he's trying to push the pole. He's trying to push the pile. Like
Hmm.
Tony Pollard knows that he's trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get paid. Hey, did we find out what that franchise tag was?
It was like $9 million for a running back.
Oh, he might get franchise tag then.
I would franchise the shit out
I
of
would
Tony Pollard.
franchise tag Tony Pollard.
Not only
Definitely.
not only would I franchise tag him, but I'm gonna offer him a 3-year, $27 million contract.
9, 18, 21. Wait, 9, 18, 27. So you trying to pay him the franchise tag a year?
Hmm. See if you take it. I give him.
If you can get Tony
I would
Pollard.
I would just guarantee most of the money.
This is the issue that I would have, bro, because you know the Dallas Cowboys, they're like some draftologist dudes, like big old bifocal motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Just like they're in there slamming freaking draft guides and freaking draft analysis. They're pumping them straight into their arms, bro. The real question is, do the Dallas Cowboys feel they can get Tony Pollard in the draft? Because if they feel like they can do that, then guess what? They're gonna do it. He says, "I do that and release Zeke." Rodney, ain't nobody about to release no Zeke for no Malik Davis. Now I did say that. I'm gonna tell you this why I literally said that to my cousin. I said I'm gonna tell you with the Cowboys that would be and I'm gonna tell you. You know what's the crazy thing about releasing Zeke is you got to eat $11 million. So it's like imagine if I told you that girlfriend that you absolutely can't stand, you got to pay her three. I ain't gonna say $11 million because you ain't got $11 million. But let's just say you have to pay her 3 times your next paycheck for her to leave.
See the damn money on Z contract.
What's your thoughts on it? What if I told you, Henny? Yeah, I know you got you a new gal, Henny. But see, Henny, you didn't close the door in that last relationship that you was in, Henny. And because of that, you're gonna have to pay 3 times. You gotta pay 3 times your paycheck. How would you feel about that? I think Henny love his guy, but I think Henny be like, baby, we gonna have to figure something out. Why? we
I
gonna have
can't
to
do
we
that.
might, yeah, we might have to figure something out. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be with her, but can I just be nice to her? Can I just be nice to her? Like I won't call her, I won't say nothing to her. But if I ever see her in lights, I'll say hi and keep walking. Can we try to work something out? Bruh, that's what you're doing. that's what you're doing, bro. Like y'all understand that. Like these contracts are set up so that guess what? If you do decide to release me, it's gonna come with ramifications like what? Dead money. What is dead money? Dead money is 8.5 million dollars to pay to Dez Bryant to not be on this team. Dead money is paying $8.4 million to Tony Romo to not be on this team. There was one season where we paid almost $17 million to players that was not on this team. That is ridiculous, bro.
And yeah, you can save so much more money just by restructuring these contracts. Well, you don't even
Because
have to cut him.
how much?
'Cause
How much? If you cut or release him, how much? What is it?
all right, so if you cut him pre-June 1st, the dead money for next year is going to be $11 million, $11.8 million with only a $4 million cap saving. So you're really not clearing enough money to sign Tony Pollard anyway.
So
If
you're
you
gonna
cut,
have to eat. So you're gonna have to give him $11 million to not be on your team. Or how much did you say?
yeah, $11.8 million in dead money.
So you're gonna have to eat because you're supposed to pay him 14. So if you cut him, you're gonna eat 11 million of that. So think about this. It doesn't make sense. Like think about this, Henny. Even if you were to cut Zeke, just like I don't like the guy, I hate him, get him out of here, right? You're gonna pay him $11 million, right?
Mhm.
So that's already $11 million paid to a guy. Then you're gonna have to turn around and pay the guy who's gonna replace the guy that you just cut.
And then it
And
doesn't
then
get
guess
no
what?
better post June 1st because that money is still not good because the dead money is still $5 million post June 1st, and it's going to be a cap saving of $10 million, but you're still going to have $5 million of dead money.
So it doesn't like so what we're saying is to cut Zeke, you would literally be saving money to then give it to somebody else and still be paying Zeke. It makes more sense, honestly, and like this is why contracts take so long. I'm gonna be honest with you when these guys get signed because it be all this back end stuff. But guess what? As a player, this stuff actually makes more sense. The upfront money and the back end money is what makes the most sense for players because you want to know how much money I'm getting today, and then I want to know how much money I'm going to get in 3 years if my play falls off and you want to let me go or any reason. Like I'm gonna keep it real. This is like Demarcus Lawrence didn't, and Demarcus Lawrence play didn't fall off. You know what I'm saying? But what did the Cowboys do with him? They just basically mutually agreed and gave him a new contract that benefited both parties. That's what I believe is going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott. Like two players that I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm not hate to say it, but two players that I think aren't going anywhere: Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. And I'm gonna be honest with you because think about this: Dak Prescott is good enough to have it that you'll never be able to get a quarterback in the draft.
And he also was smart enough to negotiate where they can't get rid of him if they wanted to.
Yes, but
Like,
think about this. Dak Prescott has never had a losing record has never had a losing season as a quarterback. So how do you even draft a quarterback?
you don't, because
You'd have to take a
listen,
draft on someone in 17. You want to draft a quarterback at 18? Go ahead,
it
Henny.
doesn't even work like that most of the time. It like hell. There's so many guys come out the first round that are busts. Look at Zach Wilson. Like that man is horrible.
Look at
But
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Paxton Lynch. There's a bunch of guys that got Josh Rosen. There's so many guys that got drafted late. Daniel Jones. Like there's so many first round quarterbacks that ain't been shit. Ain't been shit. Ain't
Yeah.
gonna be shit.
And it's like, think about this. Like, you already have a guy that you know. Like it would make no sense. That's why I say like the only disadvantage for having like a really good a good quarterback is the fact that it's going to be very hard to get another one behind him. You know what I'm saying? Because a guy like Dak is never going to put you in a situation where you're like, oh, I can go to the lottery. The only reason why we went to the lottery with Dak is because he got hurt.
Mhm.
The only reason you have ever been in the lottery with Dak Prescott is because of what? Because he got hurt.
Right.
Like Micah Parsons would not be on this team if it was not for Dak Prescott's ankle.
Thank God. Yeah, Jared Goff. This is another one. Jared Goff was like a top. Jared Goff and Carson Wentz.
Carson,
Was
bro, think about what the Eagles gave up for Carson Wentz, and it didn't work.
bro. The Eagles really tweaked out. They had a guy who won a Super Bowl for them. They
Who they
gave
let walk.
they not only he won a Super Bowl that year, then turned around and won a playoff game from the next year after Carson Wentz got hurt. Matter of fact, Carson Wentz got hurt the next year again. He went on a winning spree again, led them to the playoffs, won a playoff game, and they let him walk.
He went to Jacksonville for $25 million a year.
hmm So like that was wild. But like that what happens when you invest what you invested into a quarterback. They invested a first round pick into him. Then they signed him for all that money. Like they couldn't, no matter how good that boy Foles played, he could never take that spot. Cause like hell,
Yeah.
he was Super Bowl MVP for that team, first Super Bowl in their franchise history, and he walked right up the door.
Absolutely. So, yo, man, let's go ahead and switch tones and real quick, and let's talk about. We've been talking about this offense a lot because I'm gonna tell you this right here. It's time for some players on this defense to get paid, man. Like this offense has been the highest portion of it, but it's gonna be some times for these defense to get paid. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. There's been a conversation that's been talked about, and that is the Dallas Cowboys. Did we stop the run? Did we stop the run, or did we? Or did we or did we get them did we ask them nicely to stop running? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, Dalvin Cook at least up to that penalty, because remember the biggest penalty, the biggest run of the night from Dalvin Cook got brought back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
which was fair.
Dalvin Cook had 11 carries for 65, not 65 yards, at
72.
6.5 yards per carry, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
but
honest with you, Kenneth. I can't agree with you when you say we stopped the run, bruh. I believe they gave up on the run.
yeah, that's part of it too. Because I would say that we did play better against the run. We did play better against the run at certain times because like there were runs that they only got 1 yard. There was runs they only got 2 yards. Because when you look at the other guys they carried, like Kene Nwangwu got in, he had 4 carries for 1 yard. Alexander Madison had 2 carries for 0 yards. So like the other guys combined for 6 carries and 1 yard. So we stopped them. Now like Dalvin Cook, like yeah, like if they kept feeding Dalvin Cook, it could have been a different game. But that's the beautiful thing when you score that many points. Like when you fall behind 30 points, you like it's hard to run the ball. Yeah, the Packers were able to run the ball and get back into the game down 14, but like you down 20, you down 30, you down 27. Like that's a different conversation. This a
And
lot. This
and think about this. And think about this. Sometimes you can have a fix for one guy and just not have a fix for everybody else. Because think about this: in this Packers game, it was two dudes that was getting off on our ass.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At least we figured out everybody else. Dalvin Cook, we ain't figured you out. You gonna get your 80 yards, but the rest of y'all bastards ain't going nowhere. You know
Nowhere.
what I'm saying? And sometimes that's how it is, bruh. And
'Cause
sometimes you gotta take your blessings as they come. Them the Lord, we might not have been able to figure out Dalvin Cook, but we figured out everybody else. You
And
know what I'm saying?
when you really think about it, man, they did not have time to run the ball because
Facts. Explain that. I was about to get to that too.
they
Explain
barely
that.
they barely had the ball. Because when you think about it, man, how many offensive plays did they have? They had 17 rushes, and then they had what? They had 30 pass attempts. So like they only had 47 plays that they actually counted for anything.
That's crazy.
Meanwhile, on our side, we had 30 pass attempts because
And think about this. Think about this too. They ran 47 plays. Well, guess what? 7 of those plays ended before they even started. You want to know why? Because we had 7 sacks. So
Mhm.
theoretically, they had 40 plays. Because 7 of their plays ended before it even started.
Yep.
Because you had 7 sacks. So they
Then
really only had 40 offensive plays.
and we had 70 because
And we had
we
and think about that and put that in perspective. We had 70. They had 40.
yeah, and we had 40 rush attempts alone. So we ran the ball more times than they had the ball.
And guess what? That's why the Cowboys had the ball for 38 minutes and like 36 seconds, and they had the ball for 22 minutes. Listen to me. I watched the game last night. Again, it's literally you watching the Dallas Cowboys offense. And that's how games are supposed to be played for us. You listen to me. You should never even have time to complain about my defense not being able to stop the run because you should never be able to see them. Zaytoven, we are not talking about the Giants till tomorrow, bro.
Yeah,
We don't just push after a day. The Giants gonna get they stank tomorrow. We'll talk about them tomorrow.
yeah, but you think about it too, man. Like we saw the winning formula for when our defense is on the field because they sold out and stopped the run on first and second down. So every time you got the third down, it was it was an obvious passing situation. So it was third and a long three. Odds are you're not going to run it. Michael Parsons will ever get around to get a strip sack. So like every time it was an obvious passing situation, we destroyed them, and that's how they did it. That's really how the defense was able to, you don't because like people are going to get theirs eventually. Like even these teams, even the teams that are good run defense, still give up chunk yards here and there.
Yeah, because
But
some dudes are just nice, bro. Some
yeah,
people are
some
just
people just
good at what they do, bro. They're good at what they do.
but the key is, the key is to minimize that. So if you are able to just hold them to a 2 yard run here and a 1 or 2 yard run here, it's still third and long. So like once you're in third and long, like you still are right where you want to be. You still have Michael Parsons. You still got Sam Williams, Demarcus Lawrence, all these other guys that they can bring and get the quarterback. And then on the back end, Anthony Brown was back. Anthony Brown showed you why the hell he was important to this to this defense. Those little gimmies that Kelvin Joseph was giving up last game, they were not there. So yeah. So like they did what they needed to do. They stopped the run early on early downs, and they were able to rush the passer on third and long and third and medium. So like
Hey
that's
Henny,
pretty. What's
hey,
up?
Action Pal said he sent you $2. He said tell Henny to start responding to his comments.
Oh, I didn't even see. Hey, tell cuz I appreciate that. Extra pal, you a trio one, man.
He crazy as hell too, though. I ain't gonna lie. But go ahead and finish what you're saying. But yeah, man, I mean, that's like, listen, the formula for what you saw last night, it should be the formula that you should not want to change. Like the Dallas Cowboys, like that's what I said. Like I was like, listen, the Dallas Cowboys scored 41 points. It took the Dallas Cowboys 37 minutes to score 40 points. Listen, the opposing team only had the ball for 22 minutes. How many points do you think you can score in a quarter and a half? Not no 40. Not 40. Bruh, listen to me. Let me explain to you something. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers, they had one drive that was 8 minutes and 42 seconds. It had 17 plays. Think about this. Theoretically, that means think about, we had one drive that was damn near longer than almost half of what they did for an entire game. That means they had the ball for 4 minutes here. And then think about this, that's 22 minutes in an entire game. What is that, like 5 minutes a quarter?
Yeah, they were horrible.
Like, bro, there's like with 20, listen to me. If I told you you got 22 minutes to beat an NFL team, you know what that means? You had better score every single time you touch the ball. Because with 22 minutes, there is not enough time in an NFL game for that. That's not even a full quarter. That's a quarter. That's a first quarter and 7 minutes into the second half. And I tell you, you got to score all the points you can from right there. And I'm going to tell you the most impressive thing about this, bruh. It damn near should have been a shutout, bruh. It would have been a shutout if it wasn't for your kicker. If it was not for that kicker for the Minnesota Vikings, it would have been a shutout. But the Dallas Cowboys pitched 3 consecutive quarters with 0 points, bruh. Go look at what Minnesota's red zone rate was. It's freaking ridiculous, bruh. Like all their stats got spewed last night. It's almost like they didn't play. Like, did y'all actually play?
Matter of fact, they were so bad that they now have a negative point differential
Damn.
for the season. They have a negative point differential despite being 8-2 because
Which
they
is
lost.
probably unheard of.
They lost to us by 37 points, and then their other loss on the season was by 17. So they lost 2 games. The 2 games they did lose was by combined almost 60 points. So the NFC East beat that ass.
Yeah. Allen says Dallas' weakness is stopping the run. If they stop Barkley, then they smash again. NY Giants have no. Oh, we ain't talking about the Giants, man. We talk about them tomorrow. I just subscribed to your brother. Henny, man, appreciate you for the subscribe. Also, he says my boy Zaytoven says since Dak been back, we have been averaging 30 plot points. I think the exact number is like 34 something, but man, we can round it up to freaking 35.
Yeah, we've been going crazy.
Anthony Brown does not suck. He's just not Trevon Diggs, but he's a very good number two corner. That's
He's
all.
yeah,
That's what you
he's
need him to
solid.
be. Like
He's
he's
very
solid as
solid,
a
man.
number two corner. The Dallas Cowboys aren't even gonna pay for anybody better than Anthony Brown. So be happy with what you got because Kelvin Joseph is worse. In your opinion, how do you feel along is this offensive line? Do you think they're ready to make that push to the next level? Well, they're already in the NFL, so I don't know what the next level would be. But I will say this. I think there's going to be some more changes on this offensive line and I think it's going to be for the better because Tyron Smith is coming back. And when Tyron Smith comes back, I think we can all kind of understand that Tyler Smith will probably be going back to guard because he was playing guard last night. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, and I'm going to tell you this right now, the Cowboys don't do that unless there's a reason for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to be honest with you. If you're telling me Tyron Smith can come back 100% healthy, why would I not be excited about that?
I believe he'll be healthy because like
But yeah,
it's
go
been
ahead.
long enough. He's been rehabbing, and I would love to see it because it'll be the first time that we would have the line that were projected to have in preseason. Because I know that Tyler Smith has been a good story at left tackle, but they when they drafted him, they said we saw Tyler Smith as a guard. That is what Jerry Jones and them said. They said that they thought he would be an exceptional guard at the NFL level. So you know
Hmm.
what? The plan was Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Biotis, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele, and we have not seen that lineup yet. So when they come back, that's going to be the first time we've seen that lineup all year, and that is probably going. They will probably do wonders for our running game and our pass blocking. Because yeah, we're winning, but you may not realize that we're the 32nd ranked pass blocking offensive line in football. At least we
Which
were
makes
before.
no sense to add a receiver to that.
Yeah, at least we were before the Minnesota game. I'm not sure what the win rate was during that. I don't think that got sacked at all. But at the same time, they do count pressures and all that other good stuff. So I'm not sure if it's still 32nd, but we were 32nd coming into that game. And you know what? We have not had a good pass blocking line in several seasons because we're 32nd right now. We were 24th last year, and in 2020 we were like something in the 20s again. So like we for the last 3 years we have been one of the worst pass blocking lines, and Kellen Moore has still been one of the heaviest passing offensive coordinators in football. It's really an oxymoron when you think about it.
Yeah. My boy, he says Armstrong and Williams showed up. Yeah, they did, man. Very impressed. Also, I'm gonna tell you someone who I'm very impressed by too. A guy that you guys have been talking about so much, man, is Mr. Sedarian Lamb, bro. Like I almost feel like the Dallas Cowboys are like not interested in Odell Beckham, but they found like this thing that they can use to motivate our wide receivers. Because, bruh, every time they go out there and talk about Odell Beckham after a game, somebody steps up and have a huge game. Last week it was CeeDee Lamb. This week it was Tony Pollard. But each week they're all showing you that even though they're saying with their mouth that they need Odell Beckham, their actions are showing that they don't need him, bruh.
I mean,
Like,
you just
think
went
about
out.
this. Even though you lost last week, you scored 28 points.
Yeah, you just scored 40 points without him.
Like that
You
catch
scored
on the
40 points
sideline.
twice.
Bro, that catch on the sidelines that CeeDee Lamb did, bro. He can be a number one receiver. He can be a number one receiver.
And don't get me wrong, like on paper he would make your wide receiving core better, but like we don't need him. He'll be a luxury. Like he's not something that's going to make our lives better. If anything, Kellen Moore does not know how to utilize talent. It's year 4. He's just now learning how to get Tony Pollard the ball. Turpin got brought in as a gadget player, and he hardly sees the field.
Facts.
So like I don't trust Kellen Moore going forward, adding another player to the mix when he doesn't know how to use guys that's currently already on the roster.
And I don't
So
want him to feel like he has to use him, bro, because I don't think that he's smart enough to do it, bro. I don't believe he's smart enough. And guess what? I have every right to feel the way I feel. You want to know why? Because he's shown me, bro, that he can't use guys like Tony Pollard. So why would I believe that he can use Odell?
you shouldn't have it. His track record does not, give you the confidence to say that Kellen Moore can take these guys and put them into his offense and they be productive. If that's the case, why where Jalen Tolbert? Jalen Tolbert was supposed to be a stud coming out of the draft, and like I ain't seen him. Turpin was an MVP of a league. The guy with 4.3 speed, fastest guy on our roster, and he ain't caught that one screen. He ain't caught that one slant. He doesn't even be on the field half the time.
And HTM, shout out to Coach Marv with the $2 super chat. I'm gonna keep it real. You need to go back on that because there is no excuse why he hasn't even gotten a screen.
Yeah,
You
like
explain to me why I don't have one film of him running a screen.
yeah,
I don't
like
even think he's running a damn jet sweep right now, bruh. It's ridiculous, bruh.
he's hardly seen the field, man. He is strictly on punt and kickoff return, and I don't understand it because it's the same thing with like Tony Pollard. Like you get this guy the ball in space, it doesn't matter about the size. They're gonna run past these guys. Like he might be a little bit faster than Tony, but like all you gotta do is get these guys the ball in space. So you can't. You mean to tell me you can't throw Turpin one jailbreak screen? You mean to tell me you can't throw Turpin a goal ball? You mean to tell me you can't throw Turpin a slant? Like it's this little thing. He doesn't
Bro,
have to get a
all
hit.
those little trash slants, them little trash screens that you be running CD Lamb on. Give them to him.
Yeah. And you know what? If he dropped the ball, get blew up, well, he's your third, fourth, fifth receiver. It ain't gonna matter. But put him in position to see if he can actually play football. Like I don't know. I don't know
Wait,
this.
hold up real quick. Montoya, he does not have a couple jet sweeps. That's not true. Turpin
Like
does not have.
he had. Well, I take that back. He had like one or two on the season. He has not had
Yeah, I'm about to say a couple as in two. You know what I'm
like
saying?
literally
He has
two. I
two.
think I
He's
think I think
literally
he,
has.
I think he meant a couple like in literally like because couple is two
Yeah,
like
okay.
no
I was
him or
hoping
her.
you
So
meant
yeah,
that because
he
because I don't think he has any. He has what, one reception on the season and two rushing attempts.
let me see. 'Cause I'm gonna look into this
And
because
you know
it's
what's crazy? Like I don't get mad when I think about Turpin. I just be like, I told y'all so, because bro, I 100% told y'all in training camp that bro, Kellen Moore is not gonna know how to use this guy. He is not gonna do, bro. He don't know how to use Tony Pollard, who's better. So there's no way. And think about this: Tony Pollard be getting a lot of wide open touchdowns, like on that wheel route. Think about this: you can literally put Turpin as a running back and run him on that same wheel route that you ran Tony Pollard on,
I still get him open.
and you'll probably still get him open because he's that fast.
Let's see. What did this man got on the year?
Like, imagine if you had Tony Pollard on one side doing a wheel route and Turpin on the other side doing a wheel route.
One of them gonna be open.
One of them's going to be open because the linebackers can only go be so play. They can only be one place at one time.
Let's see. ESPN probably has.
Like, bro, like and then think about this, Henny. Even if you don't even connect, why not just put Turpin on the field, put him in the slot, and just run his ass deep down the field and launch it?
hmm Even if he don't catch it, like he'll put the fear of God in the receivers. They have to back up when he's on the field, and when he's on the field, guess what? They'll play so far off that you can run the ball real easily at that point. It's just putting the thought in your mind. You know that you cannot creep up like that.
Facts. Go ahead. What
So
was you
that's
looking up?
I was looking at this man's stats for the year. I'm trying to see what he got because it's
It
not
ain't
much.
much.
He got
He got more kickoff return yards than anything else.
he got one catch for 9 yards. Unacceptable. He had three rushing attempts for 17 yards. So on offense, Turpin has seen the ball four
Four
times.
times.
He's seen the ball four times in 10 games
And
on
y'all want to add
offense.
another. Listen to me. If you get Turpin, you need to just take the wide receiver name off him because he is not a wide receiver no more. He is a kick return, punt return, period. Like Kellen Moore has shown you guys that he cannot fully use the guys that are on his team. Why do y'all trust him more? I don't know. I don't get it. Next up, let's move on to this. Let's move on to this next thing, man. Let's talk about my boy Trevon Diggs, because I know a lot of y'all said Trevon Diggs is about to get his ass whipped. That's what y'all said, man. And I kept on saying this. Trevon Diggs had already played Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown. These are all the names of guys that he's already played already this year before he gets to JJ.
Hold on. why do they still got this mystique about Justin Jefferson? We've played Justin
Dub, you want to
Jefferson,
know why? You want to know why? Because of the whole LSU and in college.
but this
Like
is the thing. He has played Justin Jefferson every single year that Justin Jefferson has been in the league. Do you know that, right?
3 years, right?
Yeah, he's been in the league 3 years. They came out the same draft. They have played each other every year. Every year.
What's the
The
number?
most
You about to say
the
it? I already know. What is it? What is it?
what?
What's the stats in 3 games versus Diggs?
So the most yards he's had in a game against the Cowboys is 3 catches to 86 yards. That was the first time, and we still won that game. All
So then
right.
he just had 3 catches for 33 yards. So you're
Yeah.
telling me he has 6 catches for sure already, and then I got to figure out how many he got in this other game. And last year in Minnesota, he didn't go dumb either. I remember that.
They were like 2 for 20 something yards. He didn't do shit. And then like only a couple of those passes even came against Diggs.
Mm.
So like Diggs has played Justin Jefferson fine. Like every time we play Justin Jefferson, we keep under control. I think he had like one career touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
So like
and you got to think like this. What people also got to remember is, do you guys know that Trevon Diggs went to Alabama as a wide receiver, right? So that means when he was playing Jamar Chase back then in college, he was a guy fresh off of being a wide receiver. This dude is a dude that's been in the NFL for damn near 3 years already, going on his 4th year, and then played college cornerback at a top level for 2. It's a 5-year difference, bro.
mm,
And you know what's something crazy? I knew this game was gonna be like one of those games because it's like, bro, like listen to me. The one team that there's 4 teams that our young defense knows very well: the Giants, Philadelphia, Commanders, Minnesota Vikings.
so we
Because
play him
we,
every year.
bro, listen to me. The only team that we play more than the Minnesota Vikings is the
Our division.
Commanders, the Giants, and the Eagles. If you want to know why, ask the damn NFL. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why.
We played
But
them
we have
4 years in
literally
a row.
like think about I would almost think that Minnesota's probably the team that Dak has probably played the most. Because
Well,
Dak is damn near like he's like 8. What is his record versus Minnesota? He's like damn near like 6-1 or something like that, right?
that's against Kirk Cousins actually.
Damn. Oh yeah, I forgot he played 2 years in Washington.
Yeah, because he's like he beat
Oh yeah,
shit out
and
of Kirk
Dak
Cousins.
didn't play last year. Dak didn't play last year.
He didn't play the last 2 years against the Vikings. So he actually only played the Vikings. He played them in 2016. He played them in 2019, and then he played them yesterday. So he only played them 3 times. He's 2-1 against the Vikings.
Okay.
He's 2-1 against the Vikings, and he's like 4-1 against Kirk. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is, man. Let me jump to these comments real quick. He says finished the same spot in the division. Dak missed 2 of those games versus the Vikings. Atlanta
Yep.
Falcons 2. Andy Reid, they have him turned up. Andy Reid, what y'all talking about in the comment? Y'all talking about some jibber jabber in the comment box? What y'all
I,
talking about?
I would hate. I really would hate for Tony Pollard to go to the damn Kansas City Chiefs, though.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you some teams that I think are gonna be extremely that match him are Kansas City Chiefs, San Diego Chargers,
Mm-hmm.
Miami. Because you got to think the AFC loves the little scat backs like Tony Pollard because they don't really run the ball over there. The only team that really runs the ball like that is the Titans. Everybody else, like think about look at the running backs that the goddamn Patriots won with their Super Bowls. Nobody that you would know.
Yes. So it's Sonny Michelle. Yeah, like you said, Sonny Michelle is like Tony Pollard, just to a lesser degree.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: I wonder how many kids, not how many kids, how many teams will compare him to the Swift kid, who everybody loves right now.
A lot of guys. He's gonna probably have better stats than Swift too because he missed so many games. Swift did. And then look, another comparison: Alvin Kamara. He's the prototype for this. He's a guy that's never rushed for 1,000 yards, but he's consistently a Pro Bowl player. He's gonna have like 800 to 700 yards rushing. He's gonna have about 500, 600 yards receiving, and he's gonna have a ton of touchdowns.
And my boy Billy said another good team, the Rams. See, man, this is what I'm saying. Like, those are all teams that are looking who are guys. And then I'm gonna tell you that you know about all those team Billies that we just named. All those teams have no problem paying. None.
I was gonna
None.
say I thought you were gonna say they all got.
None, bro.
I
None
thought
of
you were
them
gonna say
teams
they
have
all got.
Paulo Payne.
I thought you were finna say they all got good offensive coordinators.
Man, if you don't knock, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Tony Pollard goes to the Chiefs, you guys are gonna hate the Dallas Cowboys. And you're gonna, you know that narrative. Every time someone goes leaves the Dallas Cowboys, they always, bro. If he goes to the Chiefs, you guys are gonna hate the Cowboys. If he goes to the Rams, you're gonna hate the Cowboys. If he goes to the Miami Dolphins, you're gonna hate the Cowboys. And I'm gonna tell you this something else on another little subject that we keep on that we didn't talk about. We talked about it, but we didn't. Stephon Diggs is not gonna let Trevon Diggs play on a 1 year deal for $1 million.
Nah.
Big brothers don't let little brothers do that. No. Stephon Diggs is one of the highest paid wide receivers in football. Do you honestly think he would let his little brother go out there after making 2 All Pros and play for $1 million? It is not going to happen, bro.
Like, and we'd be crazy to think it would.
And
But
then think
this is
about this. Trevon Diggs is the same guy that said, I would love to play with my brother. Well, guess what? His brother is damn near in an imprimatur. Look at his brother's contract. Like when people said that, oh my God, Stephon Diggs said he wants to play for his brother. He wants to, Trevon and Stephon said they want to play together. I'm like, yeah, but the only problem is that it's probably going to be in Buffalo.
yeah.
Because there's no way he would be able to get to Dallas.
No. And then when you got a
Like
quarterback like
that's
Josh,
like 3 first down. That's like first round picks type stuff. Two, at
and,
least 2. They would want at
and
least 2 for him.
and listen, they got Josh Allen. They're not going to take away his best weapon. They got a good enough quarterback to win a Super Bowl. They would not take away
Think
from
about
Josh
this.
Allen.
Josh Allen was a regular ass dude until he got Trevon Diggs. Let's just keep
He
it 100.
was. He was.
Let's just keep it 100.
He
Let's just
was.
keep it 100.
He was. So like you wouldn't do that to Josh Allen, especially you believe
He's still
like
a
with
regular ass dude leading the NFL with 4 interceptions in the red zone. Y'all got the audacity to talk about my quarterback. Whatever. Go back. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, Penny.
you good, cuz, you good. But yeah, man. So like, yeah, they wouldn't even make a move like that anyway because they got too high a playoff. No, they got too many aspirations. They're trying to win their first championship in franchise history. So
People say,
like,
go ahead. Ain't nobody's buying no Tony Pollard jersey, bro. He said Tony Pollard jerseys are selling, bro. Jerry won't let him go. Slap yourself. You think Tony Pollard's selling more jerseys than Amari Cooper? I doubt it.
man, nah.
You
Tony
think he's
Pollard,
selling more jerseys than Jalen Smith? I doubt it. You think he's selling more jerseys than Dez Bryant? I doubt it.
nah.
Dez Bryant's still selling jerseys.
Yeah, man. Nah. Tony Pollard, don't sell jerseys like that. At least he don't sell enough for it to even matter. Like you got too many guys on here with top selling jerseys. Like hell, if Zeke contract was a little bit smaller, they probably get rid of Zeke. I know he got one of the highest selling jerseys.
Hey, yeah, for real. Hey, so can we agree? He says Tony Pollard ain't going nowhere. It is I dig you right now. Hey, can we agree though? The Cowboys will probably franchise tag him.
They need to.
If it's
They
only
need to.
$9 million, there's no you can just do it, bro. Think about this. If you're okay with giving $10 million to a tight end, you can't. You have to be okay with giving Tony Pollard 9.
You
And you
got
know
to.
what you do? You draft another dude behind him. That's what you do. Yeah, Tony Pollard's gonna get franchise. Oh my God, you need to drop that article because he's for sure getting franchise tag next year.
I tag the shit out of Tony Pollard. I
One
wouldn't
year
feel
for
bad about
9 million. Think about this. Think about this. If you tag him next year, you will have had him for 5 years, bro. Nobody's trying to sign a running back after 5 years. Zeke didn't even get signed after 5 years. Zeke got signed after 3.
it. Let's
Zeke
think
was
about
trying
it.
to avoid that. Zeke was trying
Yeah.
to avoid that.
The shelf life on running backs is very small, dog. Because like a running back playing 10 years is almost unheard of at this point.
Yeah, so like
When
think
you
that's
really
what
think
that's what I'm
about it.
saying. Like if you're the Cowboys, bro, you for sure franchise tag him. Yeah, you for sure. Appreciate you, Stephanie. That's a good point. Yeah, he's for sure gonna get franchise tag. And think about this: you're not gonna franchise tag Diggs because that money's gonna be stupid, bruh.
Oh yeah, with the money that you franchise tagging with, you're better off to give him a contract.
Fact.
It's pretty much the same thing you did with Dalton Schultz. Because Dalton Schultz contract will be a little bit more palpable if you just went ahead and paid him. But he will probably be playing his cap hit this year would probably only be like $3 million if you had just went ahead and paid him. Because you could have just gave him a nice ass signing bonus, prorated across the life of the contract. He could have played on very little money this year and we would have been straight. A matter of fact, we wouldn't be talking about we could sign Tony Pollard. We went ahead and reached and actually signed signed Dalton Schultz because you would know what your money looking like. You would have the money.
That's a good point because we have $10 million that's in limbo right now.
You got $10 million
Well, he says West
wrapped
Coast
up.
hell no. He is not going to get let his little bro do that. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Trevon Diggs is little. That's why I said Trevon Diggs is Stephon Diggs is for sure not going to let his little brother play on no 1 year deal for $1 million. There's no way his brother
Especially,
can give him $2 million not to play.
well,
Like
especially
you
with the
feel
way
me?
they
Like think
came
about
up.
this. If that's my little brother, you know what I would do? Because I have that money like that. I say, bro, listen, if you need it that bad, I'll give you $2 million not to play. And then guess what? In a year, when you get that $40 million signing bonus, shoot it back to me. I'll be good. Just
That's
think
true.
about this. This isn't like a Dak Prescott where you're like the franchise tag is $40 million. That's a lot of money, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Go ahead. My boy
Nah,
says Schultz is gone after this year. Uh,
possibility, but we'll see.
Possibility.
We'll see. Like I
But
say,
listen, think about this. Since Dalton Schultz is on a franchise tag, you don't save no money by not signing him. You just don't spend the money.
Mhm.
But you got to be legitimate. But I'm going to tell you, before you let Dalton Schultz go, you can't. Because right now, you don't really have a Dalton Schultz replacement. You have two tight ends that you like. That's not one guy, though.
Because listen, Dalton Schultz, if he was playing with a healthy Dak Prescott, he still would be one of the upper tier tight ends in the league by production. As a matter of fact, let's look at Dalton Schultz numbers right now because we know he's been hurt, Dak been hurt, blase. He's having a down year. So like maybe because he's having a down year, he won't have the
No, Ferguson. You guys have listened to me. You guys have not consistently seen these rookies. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys. Calm down. Let West Coast and Henny break this stuff down to you. You guys start trying to make your own decisions, start acting weird. You're trying to replace Dalton Schultz with Ferguson. No, absolutely not. If you've been watching football, we can see that that's not him. That there's a difference between these guys. I know what we like to think someone's gonna do is always doper than what they're currently doing. But
yeah.
think about this:
That's the
since
issue
Dak
we
and
come
Dalton
into.
Schultz have been in this offense, this offense is totally different. This offense is totally different. So no, we have not seen enough from the rookies. No, 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 no. You've seen enough. You've seen enough of them to want to think about it, to think. But listen, you don't make an action off of a think, not at your tight end position, because you got to think like this. One of these dudes is going to be the guy that Dak throws the ball to more than anybody, and he don't trust them dudes like that. Going to be good. Guess what? Listen, Golf Swain was supposed to be good. Like there's a bunch of tight ends that were supposed to be good. But listen to me, the position is so cheap, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. There's no reason. If the Dallas Cowboys were okay with giving Dalton Schultz $10 million this year, bro, they're going to pay him. If they had a problem paying Dalton Schultz, they would have had a bigger problem giving him a guaranteed million, a guaranteed $10 million. But they had no problem giving him a guaranteed $10 million. I think the Cowboys are just going to sign Dalton Schultz for the same type of contract, maybe like a 2 year, $21 million contract. That's what I believe. Like you run so much 12 personnel, it makes no damn sense to get rid of Dalton Schultz. You run more 12 personnel than anything else. That means you need what? That means you need three good tight ends more than you need three good wide receivers because you run 12% personnel more than anything.
You really need four. If we're being honest. Yeah, everybody need a backup. You
Exactly.
go.
So it's like if you get rid of Dalton Schultz, you're for sure changing your offense. You're for sure changing your offense. And I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all be tripping, bro, because Dalton Schultz is more athletic than these dudes, bro. Like I don't know what it is y'all be seeing, bro. Like I don't be seeing what y'all be seeing, bro. Like I know y'all be loving the new guys when they catch a ball, but bro, Dalton Schultz be having like 5 catches and y'all still won't be like, bro, y'all. I don't know what y'all be seeing when y'all be. I just don't be seeing it, bro. Like
Yeah,
I don't be
Dalton
seeing.
Schultz. Dalton Schultz caught 12 balls. Caught a bunch of balls, man. Like he caught 12. He caught let's see, 6 balls against the Bears, 6 balls against the Packers. And he had a little off night last night. He dropped a touchdown, but shit, like hell, he's still a damn good tight end.
Yeah.
I know he's not. I know people see Travis Kelsey and think that you got to be that to be a paid tight end, but man, like he's an outlier. He's an outlier, dog.
Facts.
But
And I'm
Dalton
gonna tell you
Schultz still
something else.
cold.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. The number one thing that y'all complained about with Dalton Schultz, he improved. So why would I definitely not get, bro? Now this boy is out here blocking his ass off. Why would I want to get that? That was the reason why I didn't want. Only reason why I didn't want to play him is because he couldn't block his ass off. Now he's blocking his ass off. Why would I want to get him? Why would I want to get rid of a guy because you think someone is better if I can keep them all? Like Kenny, can we talk about that for a minute? Like, I feel like as adults, we've gotten away from that mindset of like, do you want the candy or do you want the ice cream? Oh my God, what is a little kid gonna say? I want both.
Hmm.
You can't have them both.
Why
Do you
not?
want the candy or do you want the ice cream? I want both. But you can't have the both. As adults, as soon as you get candy in his hand, oh, I got to get rid of this ice cream. As soon as you get rice cream in this, oh, I got to get rid of this candy. Like, bro, you could have had them both. The problem is, yo, why not have a mind? Your mindset should always be, what can I do to get them both? Then, if I can't get them both, okay, I'll settle then. But let's try to get them both first. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. That's pretty much the thing. Like, there's no reason to pick between the three of them because you really need all three of these guys. Like you said, we run 12 personnel, and our most productive offensive output has been when we were in 12 personnel sets. Even on that Tony Pollard 60-yard wheel route, it was a 12 personnel set.
What was that?
It was still a 12 personnel set. There was still two tight ends on the field when that happened.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like you can't just replace people just because you think this guy. Like, no, bro. The whole goal, Jerry Jones got you guys replaced, got you guys thinking that every time you get something good, you got to go throw something else good out the window. No, your mind should always be, let me keep both of them. Why do I got to get rid of one to get the other? Doesn't make sense. I love my kids. I didn't get rid of my daughter when I had my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I just realized I had to go make more money. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, Henny? Oh
Yes, yes,
damn,
sir.
baby, what's up, baby? I know you're pregnant, but one of these kids gotta go. My boy, one handed bandit says, who do you think will replace Kellen if he's fired? I have no clue on November 21st. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't think Kellen Moore would be fired because at the end of the day, this season's gonna be successful. You're gonna end in the playoffs. So I know that some of you guys are like, "Oh, that's not successful," but in the grand scheme of things, to the business world, that is a successful season. So
Super
no,
successful.
I don't believe that the Cowboys, a team that's going to make it to the playoffs, is even gonna fire anybody. I don't think anybody's gonna get fired this year.
I
Just
mean,
being
you
real with you.
can't. But listen,
You can't. How? They're
like
probably gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
yeah, say especially we win a playoff game at all. Like Mike McCarthy secured because look how long they stuck with Jason Garrett, and he didn't have the best playoff success. And when you look at what we've been doing with our quarterback, because like you said, when Dak's been back, we've been averaging close to 35 points. Then Mike McCarthy, you give him credit for it. Like he coached us up. We won all those games with Cooper Rush as the starting quarterback. How you gonna fire him when we're sitting at 7-3 and your starting quarterback missed half the season? Like you can't do somebody like that when you get those results.
And bruh, and think about this. What if he actually and think about this. If you get to the second round, you don't even gotta win it. If you get to the second round, how do you fail? How do you fire anybody? Mike McCarthy's only been here 3 years. And in 2 years, think about this. Mike McCarthy has been in the team for 3 years. In two of those years, you won how many games? 12. And you'll probably win 12 to 13 games this year.
Mhm.
You had your only bad season that you had where you went 4-12 is the season where your quarterback broke his ankle and he was gone for the entire season.
And it wasn't even 4-12. We went 6-10. We were
Six and ten, I'm sorry.
we
Like,
were we were a game away from making the playoffs too. I
yeah,
want
so
people to
it's
remember
like
that.
like if you really look, if you're thinking about this, like Mike McCarthy's probably gonna be let's see, let's see. At the end of this 3 years. So we went 6-10. So that's 6 wins. Last year we won how many games?
We were 12-5.
We went 12 games. And in this year we'll probably win, let's say at the what's our record right now?
let's give us 12-5 again. Let's just do let's make it easy. Let's make it 12-5 again.
12 wins? Okay, 12. So plus 12. That's 30 wins. Now, and let me see, 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus
75.
16. That's 50. That's 50. I got 50. What did you
What
get another number?
17? Yes, he said 17, 17, 17.
No, 17, 17, 16.
Oh, 17 plus. Okay, I see what you did. You're right. Yeah, that's 50 games.
So think about this. Oh my God, bro. You're trying to tell me you're gonna fire a dude that's 30 and 20?
You
Bro,
can't.
you're not gonna fire him, bro.
Especially with your starting quarterback missing a season worth of games.
And
Dak
then think
Prescott
about this.
missed 17
Oh my
games.
God. And think
Dak
about this,
Prescott
bro.
missed 17.
Think about this. Most of the games that you lost, Dak wasn't even a damn quarterback. Out of your 20 losses, I wonder how many of those losses Dak had.
Let's see, because he only let's see, we only got two this year, or three this year. So Dak lost twice this year. He lost five. He lost five times last year, and
7.
then yeah, so that's seven right there. And then when Dak went down, so he only lost 10 times with Dak.
So he has 20. Think about this. He has 20 total losses as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. I mean, Dallas Cowboy head coach. Let's just see it right here. So Mike is going to be most likely, he's going to be 30 and 20.
Hmm.
And think about this: if he goes on a deep run in the playoffs, he could theoretically, if he wins, say he wins a Super Bowl. If he wins a Super Bowl, we already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But even if he just goes, say he goes 2, he'll be literally 2-2 in the playoffs. 2 wins, 2 losses, and then he'll literally have, out of those 10 losses that he has, 10 of those, half of those games his quarterback didn't even play. Bro, there's no way. Like, I know you guys don't measure success. You guys only measure success by Dak was 18 and 36 before the season. No, he was not. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Dak ain't never been 18 and 36 before the season. What is you talking about?
What you talking about, Kinfolk? 18 and
Billy
36
talking
is
about
what?
Dak was 18 and 36. No, he is not. Dak has never had a losing season as a starting quarterback. How's that possible?
Yeah, Dak Prescott has like 56 wins. He
See,
has
I'm gonna tell y'all
Dak
this right here.
Prescott.
Lucky,
Dak
I'm gonna tell you
Prescott
this
has
right
six
here.
most wins since entering the league. So I want
See,
y'all to
playoff
understand that.
wins hurt to you guys, but to the guy paying the check, you're not gonna fire a guy who's 30 and 20. You're not. You're not. For the unknown, that would be unheard of, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not the season. They're not gonna fire anybody. They have listen, I think like this. I think your biggest change is Dan Quinn for sure is gone.
Probably. You've been too damn productive. This is gonna be the second year having a top defense as a coordinator.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like he can't, I mean, there's too many defensive coaches getting jobs. Like Jeff Saturday got a job. Like, come on, bro. If Dak was 18 and 36, Dak would not be your quarterback right now. Like, he would not be your he would not be your quarterback. If Dak was 18 and 38, 36, he would not have gotten a contract from the Dallas Cowboys. He says if we win or even make it to the NFC Championship, I think it would leave just my opinion. I'm going to all the way back to Jimmy days. Make it to the NFC Championship. I think he should leave. Bruh, they're not doing that. And
Yeah.
guess what? I'm
So
gonna tell you what Jerry Jones said about that. He said he regrets doing that. He said that. Jerry Jones literally said two things he regretted is how it ended with Jimmy, and how it ended with Tony Romo.
so yeah, let's clear this up. Dak Prescott has played 90 career games. He's 56 and 34 as a starter with a 62% win percentage.
So when did he go 18 and 36?
Also, before people say anything about wins against winning teams, Dak Prescott is 18 and 24 against winning teams. That is a 42% win percentage. That is better than Justin Herbert. That is better than Matt Ryan. That is better. Hold on, I got the full list right here. While just name out these names, I went ahead and jotted this down earlier. Yeah, so that's better than Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, and Matt Ryan. And just for comparison, Aaron Rodgers' win percentage against winning teams is 45%. So like he's in the same ballpark with Hall of Famers. Like people don't really win against winning teams like that. That's a bullshit narrative that they like to throw out there against quarterbacks they don't like.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, like the point of being a winning team is that you win a bunch of games, and in order to win a bunch of games, you got to beat a bunch of guys. So like, it makes no sense. Like, how are you supposed to be the 14-2 team, and they're 14-2? That means they can beat 14 people. You were
Yeah, and I'm gonna
probably in
tell you,
14.
and I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now. Most quarterbacks are average, bruh. Most of these teams are not winning because of their quarterback. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Most teams in the NFL are not. There is not a single-handed team, I believe, right now that is 100% led by their quarterback, bruh. Like
I
the
mean,
only team that you would say that would be like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and how's that working out for him?
it's
Tom
horrible.
Brady has 7 Super Bowls. How's that working out for him? Justin Herbert's supposed to be the newest thing since sliced bread. How's that working out for him?
Oh, speaking of
Joe
Justin
Bur-
Herbert, let me
Joe
stop you.
Burrows. Listen, Joe Burrows was supposed to be baby Jesus in a manger. How is that working out for him?
Yeah,
The
Justin
Chiefs
Herbert,
are
man,
probably the only team, bruh. The Chiefs.
they got to run a game. They got to run a game. They run the ball. They got a guy. They've been trying to find a running back for I don't know how many years. They got a guy now, Pacheco, how you say his name, that they run the ball with. So
And
yeah,
the
they
Chiefs do
are.
want. You're right. The Chiefs do want to run the damn ball. After they won a Super Bowl, the very first thing they drafted in the first round was what? A running back. Go look
Yes,
at what the Chiefs grabbed. After the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes, the very first thing they drafted was that running back from LSU.
yes.
And
Jalen
then
Hurts
they got
also have a losing
Le'Veon Bell,
record
and then
against
they
winning
went and got
teams.
Le'Veon Bell in the same season. Tony Pollard's gonna be a Chief.
Yeah, dude. Jalen does also have a losing record against winning teams. I don't have his percentage in front of me, but he does also have a losing record against winning teams.
Yeah, bro. Because for the most part, young quarterbacks don't beat winning teams, bro. That's not like. Think about this. Think about this. I'm gonna give you guys an example and why the
Josh
whole.
Allen has a losing record against winning
Hey, but
teams.
I'm gonna explain something to you guys real quick. Why this whole winning teams and beating winning teams doesn't really matter a lot, right? Why it doesn't really matter. He said he put a thing in the comment box. Billy, Billy. What is you? There's no. Let's see what he say. He put stat moves. Dak has a record of 20-16 in 36 games in his career. In his last 36, he's 20-16, bro. You read that stat backwards, bro. I literally just
Yes.
clicked
So
on the link.
he's still so you telling me he's still over 500, right? And you
Yeah,
talking
so in the last 36 games, Dak is 20-16. He
okay.
said he was 16-36. No, bro, you forgot the 20. The 20 was the most important portion of that of what you just put. See what
So
happens when you be quick to hate. When you be quick to hate, you make mistakes. It's all good. It happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you guys, he said Dak is 20 for 16 out of his last 36. Yes, that. So you're telling me that Dak Prescott is over 50%. I'll take that. But my question is this: why did they stop at 36? We don't got to stop at 36.
we got
Why is
90 games to look
you have
from. He
90
plays
games
90
on Dak? Why
games.
would I stop at 36? So you're telling me the games after, so game 37, 38, 39, 40, those games don't count. Those games don't count. Only Dak's last 36 games. No, go look at his entire career. You can't just pick 36 random games and be like, out of his last 36. What is 36? What's the magical number about 36? Nothing. The magical number about it is it helps you make your cause better. You know what I'm saying? And that was against 500 teams. No, it wasn't, Billy. No, it wasn't. There's only 2 active quarterbacks in NFL history, right? In NFL right now, not history. There's only 2 quarterbacks right now who have winning records versus winning teams, and that is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. That's it.
Oh, let me clean that up. There are a couple more guys, but they have not played enough to qualify because they are like Tom
And
Brady.
that's not against 5. The last.
Yeah,
You're Billy. Hold up, real quick, Billy. You're lying because
hold
you're
on.
not going to tell me that the last 36 teams, that all 36 teams that Dak last played were all over 500 teams. That is a lie.
But we just played
So
the Bears.
were the Bears a 500 team?
No, the Bears were not a 500 team. The Lions were not a 500 team.
Like, what is you talking about, bro? He said
Man,
all those teams were over 500. No, it was not.
the Bucks not even over 500. The Bucks are like five
All
and
right, he's
five
going
right
on.
now.
He going on. Billy going on timeout. He didn't have a little
He's
too
saying
much.
he's saying
He
crazy
had a
shit
little
right
too much to drink tonight. Billy drunk, y'all. Billy is drunk, y'all. He drunk on that hate, man. But hey, let me tell you. I want to say that I want to do this math experiment real quick. Hey, you guys know over here. He says cherry picking stats. Absolutely. I'm gonna show you guys how stat. Listen, this is why the whole "did you beat the good teams on your schedule" doesn't really matter. Let me tell you why. Because think about this. Your schedule is 17 games, right?
now.
Well, think about this. On your schedule, out of 17 games, they're only going to even schedule you probably 6 games versus winning teams. You want to know why? Because you play your own division 6 damn times, bruh. So that's 6 games that are dedicated strictly to your own division, right? And last time I checked, there isn't a division that has, well, there is this year, but there wasn't a division last year that had a 10 and 17, a 11 and 5 team, bro. That's not how it works. So think about this: they only schedule you only 6 games, probably versus teams that were winning teams last year. You want to know why? Because it has to be equal. The schedules have to be equal. So think about this. Even if you lose against every winning team on your schedule, you could still be what? 11 and 6.
Right.
While
And
y'all out here focusing on, yeah, but he didn't beat the winning teams. Yeah, but he beat 12 other teams though.
and listen. There's sometimes that's not even the case. Lamar Jackson had only played 16 games against teams with winning records coming into this season, and he's been a quarterback for like 5 years now.
So
So
think
like
about this. You have no control if a team is a winning team.
he's 10-6, but he only played 16 games, and then you talk about a guy like Dak Prescott. He done played 42 winning teams in coming into the season.
And let's just be
43
real.
now.
The NFC is a harder division. The NFC is a harder division, bruh. Like that's
Agreed.
why you see. Think about this. You don't hear about no new booty quarterbacks in the NFC just being those guys, but it's a whole bunch of new booty quarterbacks in the AFC. You want to know why? Because they were all trash at some point. How the heck did the Kansas City Chiefs get Patrick Mahomes? Because they was close enough to draft him. Pick 15. That's not a winning season. How did the Patriots get the boy? How did Patriots get the one boy?
Mac Jones, and they
Mac
were
Jones,
trash,
because they was trash to get him. How did the Cincinnati Bengals get Joe Burrows? Because
super
they was
trash.
trash. How did Baltimore get Lamar Jackson? Because they were trash. They weren't good. Like, bro, the AFC is a young division full of young quarterbacks, bruh. Like, who's the old dog in the AFC? Who's oh, no, I'm going to teach you something, boy. Who's that quarterback in the AFC?
Patrick Mahomes.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, bruh. Like,
you
you
look,
literally have AFC quarterbacks getting paid without winning records in the AFC. Bro, that would never happen in the NFC, bro.
it did though. It did. Kyler Murray has don't have
Oh
a
yeah,
winning
man,
record.
this
He got
little short little he a lucky though. He got lucky though.
he a leprechaun. He's supposed to be lucky.
Oh, Sergio said Mahomes went 10th. You preach. I was thinking about his damn jersey number. But yeah, man, how do you get up there? How do you get up there?
Yeah, you got to be trash. Or you got to trade away your future.
Exactly, and that's what they did. They traded Alex Smith to Washington and then went up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Yeah,
So it's
so
like,
like
bro, like the AFC is new booty quarterbacks. It's all new booty dudes within 5 years, bro. This NFC is the NFC is that old school football, bro. Oh yeah, there you go, Ad. There you go, Action Pal. He said the old school quarterbacks in the AFC is Carl Tannehill. The old school quarterbacks in the Brady and Rodgers. Think about this. Breeze just left last year.
yeah, Breeze just left, and then you got Aaron Rodgers. You got Matthew Stafford, who's he they looked at Matthew Stafford like Mahomes before there was a Mahomes, but they were talking
Matt
about arm
Ryan, but
talent.
listen to me. Matt Ryan fell off and went to the AFC.
Yeah, 'cause he was an MVP when he was in the NFC. He
Cam
was
Newton
a,
fell off in the AFC and did what? Went to the NFC? I mean, Cam Newton fell off in the AFC and what did he do? Go to the AFC?
yeah, he was a former MVP as well. So that
Think about
yeah,
this.
like
Oh my God, bro. We are on to something right now. Freaking Russell Wilson failed in the NFC. What did he do? Go to the AFC?
and it's super trash right now. They don't even look like the same player. So like,
Damn, Eric Black, good point, man. Appreciate you, my boy. That was
so
a
yeah,
damn good point. We was cooking for a minute. That was man, that's good stuff right there, boy. Like I never even sat back and really thought about that, man. But look
no,
about this in the last 5 years. Think about this in the last 5 years. How many AFC quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl?
just Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
And think about this: Tom Brady won it in the AFC, but he's Tom Brady. But
Yeah,
if you take out Tom Brady, it's been who? Let's think
Patrick
about it in the last
Mahomes.
10 years, bruh.
Oh, they
In
don't
the, la-
win.
in the last 10 years, what quarterbacks from the AFC have won Super Bowls? What AFC teams?
It's
Like the
just
NFC is beast, bruh.
it's just Tom Brady and whoever happens to beat him. Because
My boy
look,
said,
NFC won last year because Matthew Stafford won last year. Then before that, it was Tom Brady who was in the NFC at the
NFC
time.
again.
All right, then before that, it was Patrick Mahomes, so that's one AFC. Then before that, it was
Should have
Tom
been
Brady
Tom
again.
Brady.
Then before that, it was Nick Foles. Then before that, it
Yes.
was Tom Brady. And then before that, it was Tom Brady. And then see who won in 2014?
Tom Brady, because he beat I thought he beat didn't he beat the Atlanta? No, he didn't beat
That was the
Atlanta.
year. That was the year. That was the year before. I think it was this.
2014. Who won it in Peyton? Who won it in 14?
I think it was Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I think that was his last year.
Cause it was Peyton Manning. Then it was Russell Wilson. After that, before that, when the Seahawks had won it.
Only reason why Dak Prescott started as a rookie is because the two quarterbacks in front of him both got hurt within 2 weeks.
Yep. 'Cause
Dak
look,
Prescott, listen to me. Dak Prescott was not supposed to be the starter of the Dallas Cowboys, but Tony Romo messed up his back against Seattle. And then the very first practice of Kellen Moore as his quarterback, starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, he broke his ankle.
and the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
And you know what? It was probably
Seattle
the
didn't
best
win it
thing.
back. Seattle didn't win it. They didn't win it back to back. I don't think they won it back to back.
Nah,
Seattle went.
they
They
went
went.
back to back.
They
They
went
lost
back
to
to back.
Tom Brady the second time because they beat the brakes off of Peyton Manning when they first went. Then they went back with a little bit better team and Tom Brady. That's when Russell Wilson threw the interception in the red zone.
Mm-hmm. Let's ride. So yeah, man. Think about this. The only people in the AFC that are winning Super Bowls are goats, but random dudes are not winning Super Bowls in the AFC.
You got random dudes that mess around winning a championship in NFC.
Yeah, because think about this. In the AFC, you need a solid team, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He said then Eli, then Tom. Yeah, man. I know. Think about this. Dak's been in the league 7 years, but he's only played in the league 6. Tom Brady's won the Super Bowl 3 times out of that year. So imagine having to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, y'all. Why Dak ain't won no Super Bowl? Because Tom Brady. Why Allen Iverson ain't win a championship? Michael Jordan, Kobe
Michael,
Bryant. Hell, you mean? Like that ain't an excuse, motherfucker. That's a good ass reason. You know what I mean?
yeah. Matter of fact, man, like we should have won in 2016. That holding call on that third and long that they did not call that messes me up. Because man, David Irvin got there.
Yes, he did. My boy Zaytoven said the last person that did it like that was Flacco. But guess what? He also had the greatest defense to ever play football.
Yeah, he had one of the best defenses in football.
He had the best scoring defense of all time. They only gave up 16.9 points a game.
Ooh.
Imagine doing that for 16 straight games. That also means you had to push some shutouts in there somewhere.
Then they had Ray Rice. They had a good team.
They had a monster team. They had a very
Torrey
balanced
Smith.
team too.
'Cause look, they had a team perfectly designed for him. Cause all he want to do is throw the ball down the field, play action. You chuck it up to Torrey Smith, chuck it to the dude that used to run funny, that used to do the kick returns. What was his
How
name?
many playoff games? No, John, John Bruce. It's not the question of how many playoff games has Dak won. The question is how many playoff games have the Dallas Cowboys won?
The last
Because
27 years, not that many. Cause so
yeah,
like,
because listen, the Dallas Cowboys listen to me. The Dallas Cowboys have played in more playoff games because of Dak Prescott. I know that.
yeah. Cause you think about it,
I know that. I
he took
know
you to
that.
Dak Prescott took you to the playoffs in 2016 as a number 1 seed. Got you to the second round by a bye. Lost to Aaron Rodgers in a shootout. He took you in 2018, beat Russell Wilson, and then we got ran off of the field because we gave up down there 300 yards rushing. And then he took you right back in 2021, and we got ran off the field again. So
Think
you
about
like,
this. Think about this. The only thing that stopped you, Dak, from taking you to not three, so the only thing that stopped Dak from taking you from 3 playoff appearances in a row was an ankle. Like, that's pretty damn noticeable, y'all.
and you talking about how many playoff games had Dak won? Justin Herbert's supposed to be a top 10 quarterback. He ain't took his team to a playoff yet. He ain't been to the
And
playoffs.
guess what? Justin Herbert is a really good quarterback. But why can't he get his team in the playoffs? Because it's a freaking team sport. That's why. That's why, bruh.
Kyler Murray is a talented
Like, think about
quarterback.
this. How good do you guys think that Patrick Mahomes really would have been if he wouldn't have had Tariq Hill, bruh?
Tyreek Hill, Travis
Jason,
Kelsey.
like
Hey,
Travis Kelsey, like who gets that opportunity to have that in their like, come on, bruh.
bro, he had Sammy Watkins as a third
As a
receiver.
third receiver. Like, who gets that?
Yeah, and he's
Dak Prescott,
still.
think about this. Dak Prescott in his rookie season, when he went dumb, his greatest receiver had 745 yards. You know that was Dez Bryant.
Yep. Dak Prescott was winning games in his rookie season with Bryce Butler. He took Bryce Butler and Cole Beasley to Green Bay and won. And
Bro,
y'all over here
He had Bryce Butler thinking he was the number one receiver, talking about he ain't coming back to Dallas unless he the number one receiver. And guess what? I never seen him in a football uniform again.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, hey, I'm gonna read this last comment. We're gonna talk about that and we're gonna split off. He said the same people saying Dak isn't good for looking at Justin Fields and Daniel Jones. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Justin Fields is a beast. And I'm gonna tell you what's the beastly thing about the Chicago Bears and why I believe the Chicago Bears are low-key gonna be good in the next couple years is because they have an offensive coordinator that doesn't give a damn.
hmm
Like, he don't care. He not trying to hear none of that, bruh. He'll throw the ball when he need to throw the ball. Until then, we running this mother effort. Leave me alone. Like, I like them OCs, bruh, because they get it, bruh. Like, listen to me. If he gonna have a long career, good. Because listen, at the end of his career, he ain't gonna be able to run anyway. So you might as well use it now. He ain't gonna be able
And,
to run like that 5, 6, 7 years from now. So why not use it now?
and listen, if they don't put him in position to win while he's young, he's not gonna get a chance to not be able to run late. His ass gonna be out the lead. So they doing the right thing by putting him in position to be productive and show off his talent.
Yep. Herman West says, how many points did we score against the 49ers? Stop acting like it was all on the defense. We not acting like on the defense, but when your defense gives up 169 yards rushing, yeah, it's kind of much. It's kind of on them, bruh. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and let's
But
and
we will
let's
see. Go ahead.
and like look, like I'm not saying that Dak Prescott played a perfect game, but he was pressured 20 times, he was sacked 5 times, and we had how many penalties? Did we have not have like
It
11 penalties in
was
that
11
game?
penalties. 11 penalties.
Yeah, so like I'm not saying that Dak is without
And your
fault.
defense gave up 169 yards.
Yeah, so let's just be honest. Like it was a complete team loss. But I'm telling you that there's been plenty of games that Dak Prescott put you in position to win in the playoffs. Dak Prescott was not the reason you lost against the Green Bay Packers. He was not the reason that you lost
He wasn't
against
the
the.
reason you lost versus the 49ers, bro. He's
He
just a
was
guy that missed an incomplete pass. Like y'all, like,
he
bro.
wasn't the reason he lost against the Rams. He got ran off the field, and he was the reason you beat the damn Seahawks. Because you don't win
Facts.
that
Him and
Seattle
Antoine
game.
Woods.
Yeah,
Antoine Woods busting up that screenplay that was about to go to the house. That's what
yeah.
got us the
So
ball back.
y'all don't win. Y'all don't win the one playoff game y'all do have without Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush couldn't came in there and did what the hell Dak Prescott did to win that game. So
See, I'm gonna
like
be honest
yes,
with you. Cooper Rush didn't look like Dak when he came in the game yesterday. Hell, you mean? Like, stop it. If y'all don't knock it off, bro, Cooper Rush did not look like Dak when he came into that game because they were trying to score. They were trying to score with Cooper Rush going down the field. Yes, they were. Because at that point, it's not about running the score up. It's about him getting a positive play just in case a situation happens like this. And no, he didn't have that same zip. No, he did not. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see. But yo, man, we've been on this mug for a minute, bro. We've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. We was just cooking tonight, man. Listen to me, man. This is how it's gonna be every night, man. every night. Make sure you guys tune in for an Uncut Cowboy. Tomorrow I'm gonna have my boy Henny Moor on here, but I'm gonna try to have another guest on here so we can spice it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna spice it up just a little bit. But hey Henny, let them know where they can find you at, man. Where you dropping content at?
Yeah, man, it's Henny Demore on Facebook and HTM Sports on all other platforms. So like, hey, I'll be dropping a couple more articles coming up. Just be on the lookout and keep y'all posted.
Yes, sir. And then you guys already know what it is over here. You already know who you've been walking with. It's your boy West Coast, man. I will see you guys first thing in the morning. You guys already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.